Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day one of week 14 of the Guildford City Fitness live stream. We're going to get going with 2 minutes of skipping to get us into the session. In 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, and then stop. Little break. And one more time in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, and relax. Then you go into dorsal press into sit back. 6 reps through. And keep walking your hands from a narrow position into a wide one. Following that, we go into angry cat, happy cat. Morning, everyone. Welcome to day one, week 14. After that, go walk out into downward dog. There's a couple of little changes to the warm up now. So walk out and then straight into downward dog 6 times through. Back to the press up and back into a toe touch. Okay, then go prone arm recoveries. Two in each position. Knuckles and elbow as far up off the floor as you can get them. Okay, then the next part, you've got a reverse plank circuit. So I'm going to time it for 1 minute. And you're basically going to alternate marching with an overhead reach. So stay in the reverse plank for 1 minute. We're adding a bit more activation. I'll explain why after after the warm-up that basically ties in to us focusing more on a return to swimming type program. So reverse plank with marching in 2, 1, go. So your left foot, right foot, and then overhead reach, one side, and then to the other. Return to march, overhead, march again. Try and change the direction as well. Once you've got the coordination down, okay, and relax. And finish off with clap press up. Okay. So session-wise, we can say with some degree of certainty that if things carry on as they are, then we'll be back in the water in a couple of weeks. So in line with that, we've changed the focus of some of the body weight training to coincide with that. So we've added a bit more activation. That's why the warm-up's now color-coded, so it's more aligned to our usual pre-pull routine. The times are a little bit closer to what you would do during pre-pull, and I've switched the order of the exercises around a little bit more just to make it more challenging as well. So any questions, as always, let us know. My phone seems to think that you're all Guildford City today, but comment anyway, use WhatsApp. I'll try and help you as best I can. So part 1, upper lower split. So you've got dips, lateral lunges, inverted row, and then decline press ups. So for the declines, that's probably going to be too high for me, so I've grabbed a stack of books. The same as normal, just feet elevated. And build it up from low to high. So we'll go with dips to begin with. Grab a drink in 3, 2, 1, go. Try and make sure that the lower you go, the more you try and emphasize thoracic extension so you don't round your back at any point. See that if you're down here, you're trying to focus on keeping a straight line from your head down to the bottom of your hips, and then relax. So you've got 10 seconds off, and we're going into lateral lunge. In 2, 1, go. So just trying to progress that range of motion on every rep. Trying to avoid leaning forward too much. So none of that. Up tall. Keep your toes in line and facing the same direction. And stop. Other side. 10 seconds off. In 2, 1, go. So if you need a bit of an environmental constraint, you can always do them facing a wall. So if you want to make sure that you don't slide too far forward. You can then focus on pushing down with your stance leg to get back to standing. And then pulling back with your straight leg. Last few seconds. And then relax into a inverted row. In 2, 1, go. So you could use the books that you've got. If you want to elevate your feet, use the books you've laid out for your decline press up. Two, one, relax. Okay, so decline press ups. Couple of books. If you need more, grab more. 2, 1, go. So the idea is that you're going to start shifting the focus more up towards your shoulders. Using a wall to make sure it doesn't slide. I was going to make sure that I'm still in the shot. Ten seconds left. And relax. 20 seconds of rest and you're back into dips. In 2, 1, go. The closer to the floor you get, the more you need to start thinking about twisting your hand, keeping your elbows pointing directly behind you. Last 10 seconds. Just make sure your hands are evenly spaced as well. And then relax. 10-second gap again. Into actual lunge. 2, 1, go. So think about your foot. To be able to push evenly through it, no matter how far you go, without leaning your body off to the side. So a cheat rep, like a huge lunge, and then shift your body weight in the opposite direction. That's why standing next to a wall is probably a good idea for some of you, just to get in the habit. Relax. I'll teach you how to push evenly through both feet. And again, in 2, 1, go. Slower reps are going to be better than fast reps for this one, if you can manage them, even if you have to constrain the lunge distance. And just think about a big push and a big squeeze. Last couple of seconds. And then stop into inverted row. In 2, 1, go. So after doing slow reps on Saturday, MPS, we want to be focusing on explosive reps here, good even tempo, and control. Hopefully by now you can definitely tell the difference between yielding reps where you go really slow, the rest of which you feel easy, you can just be repeatedly explosive. And stop. And finish off round 2 with decline push-ups. In 2, 1, go. Go with whichever hand width you feel most comfortable with. Get more books if you need them. Ten seconds left. And stop. 20 seconds off. So hopefully the difference between decline and narrow, you start to feel more of the work being done around the front of your upper body, probably less in your triceps depending on how far apart you put your hands. So we're going to start round 3 with dips again. In 2, 1, go. Fifteen seconds left. Just bring your feet closer if you start to struggle to push, and then relax into lateral lunge. In 2, 1, go. So whether you realise it or not, you're going to get more challenge just by standing near a wall. Even if it's just subjective and you don't gain much more range, you'll be more conscious of your surroundings. Because then your only other option to come back without hitting the wall is to push harder. So in a sense it's quite similar to the roller squats. And stop. It's also going to help you coordinate using one hip, or you adduct with the other one. Switching sides in 2, 1, go. And make sure they're even on both sides. If you can get further with one than the other, try and rein it in a little bit so you get an even development of the skill. 10 seconds left. Try and get an even number of reps. In 2, 1, stop. Inverted rows. 2, 1, go. Keep mixing in single leg stuff if you're going explosive reps. Gives you more of a coordination challenge in terms of keeping your trunk flat. In 2, 1, relax. And decline press up to finish off part 1. 2, 1, go. So if you imagine if these end up in warm-ups later in the year, you're going to have to be used to doing it off the blocks on poolside. So this is a good chance to start developing that height. It won't be immediate, but it's still something people can have in mind to work on. And relax. So 1 minute break into a core circuit. So you've got sit-ups, shoulder taps, even split a side plank, forearm plank march, and then flutter kick. All 40 seconds on and 10 seconds off. So you're going to keep your warm-up area clear. You're going to do most of this work in one space. Don't need any equipment, maybe just a pad for your elbows or hands if you need it. Make sure you're taking drinks. Last little bit of rest. And we're starting part 2 with sit-ups. In 3, 2, 1, go. So prioritizing a straight back all the time. Pulling with everything below your belly button. Instead of curving up. And then the more you curve and lead with your head, the less work you're going to get done with your abs. So the more you're going to develop coordination rather than strength. And relax into shoulder taps. 2, 1, go. For today, because you've got forearm plank march, after this, try and just hold a press up plank march if you need breaks in between. Two, 1, and stop. So into side plank next. 20 seconds each side. 2, 1, go. So while you're doing 20 seconds, it's another chance to start including leg raises. Make sure I'm in shot. And then switch sides. And relax. Then you go in forearm plank march. In 2, 1, go. When you switch sides, make sure you're actively pushing your elbows down into the ground, sort of like you're holding a scat press position. And when you're on single leg, push down the foot that's still on the ground. So you're trying to drive it through the floor. At the same time you drive your elbows. And relax. And last one, you can flutter kick. 2, 1, go. It's a nice even kick, making sure it stays rhythmic, not just flailing, feet just off the ground. Keep checking that your lower back is always forced into the floor. And relax. 20 seconds off, we're back into sit-ups. Ready for sit-ups in 2, 1, go. If you start to struggle to get up, swing, hold yourself at the top. And then go for eccentrics. Try and get 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. As you do it, feel any rounding, just quick. Relax back to the floor, go quicker on the next rep. So then you're going shoulder taps in 2, 1, go. Now, if you want more challenge, put something on your back. So you've got another environmental constraint. You'll start thinking more about your pelvic position while you're here. Relax. So try it if you haven't. A couple of bucks. Your core will just subconsciously start to tense up some more to create control. Into side plank in 2, 1, go. 20 seconds each side. And again, if you're used to having your ankles crossed, try and spend time developing that stacked ankle position. Then swap sides. Make sure your hips stay between your ankle and your wrist. And stop. Side plank, now you're forearm plank march again. In 2, 1, go. So the same thing will work with the foam roller during this. Keep your hips level, don't over kick. So if you start to kick too high, hips are going to twist, roller's going to fall off. Keep it nice and low, keep your hips parallel to the floor, and stop. There's a flutter kick to finish off round 2. In 2, 1, go. So keep doing a reverse crunch every now and again, just to check you haven't lost any control in your lower back. If you can't hold it for more than a few seconds, start to increase the range of motion on your kicks. And relax. One more 20-second rest. And one more round. So back to sit-ups. Grab a drink. And we'll finish the round in 2, 1, go. Another good way to develop these is to do slow up phases too. 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. So try and take 8 seconds per rep. 3 up, 1 hold, 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And relax. Into shoulder taps. 2, 1, go. So you probably get less reps in with the foam roller, but you're re-emphasizing your core control, which is entirely the point of doing these. And stop. It's more important that you feel maximum tension in your core than it is just to mindlessly start tapping shoulders. Side plank in 2, 1, go. Switch sides. So straight line's imperative here. If your hips start to sag backwards, pull them back or line yourself up against the wall. 2, 1, go. So as if you've got something, you can put a foam roller behind you. If it gets knocked over, you have to readjust yourself. Then forearm plank march. In 2, 1, go. So make sure your breathing stays even. Push as hard as you can. You'll feel like holding a scat press. And relax. Finish off with flutter kick. In 2, 1, go. So the leg just starts to disturb your pelvic position. So if you have small kicks, you can feel yourself starting to lose your back position, but you're holding it. It's the best place to be. Then you start to increase the challenge, build the speed, but keep your legs relaxed. And relax. So if your kicks are meant to stay fairly relaxed and coordinated, there's no point doing flutter kicks with really rigid legs, just snapping away. So then into stretching and foam rolling. We're going to start with quadriceps. In 2, 1, go. And switch sides. So preparing for your running aerobic work tonight, make sure you cover your entire quad so you know exactly what to address in your warm-up. And then swap. So from here is a hamstring. Check your straight leg raise. And then switch sides. So remember, keep flossing your foot backwards and forwards. Bend your knee a little bit, force it straight. Try to lift your body weight up off the floor. Let your foot turn side to side. And then stop. Hips, I'm going to show you shin box again. So you can foam roll at normal. You can go through this one, feet on the ground. Let your hips turn side to side. Sorry, let your knees fall side to side. So you might have to have your ankles quite far away. Ideally you want to be 90 degrees. And be able to sit up. Just straight back. And just concentrate on feeling it in the opposite leg to where they're pointing. So if they're pointing to the left, you should be able to feel it on your right side. It's a little bit longer. When you're in that position, start trying to manipulate the leg position. See if that changes anything. And then stop onto the lats. So arm up, rotate round, so to introduce sleeper stretch. Try and get as much feedback from your lats as you can. And then switch sides. Even coverage, top to bottom. And remember, if you're playing with shoulder positions, be extra careful about how much body weight support you have, because those muscles are much smaller and aren't designed to hold that kind of scrutiny on a foam roller. Into chest. So you're in arm position, lift your hips intermittently. Press down, move your arm, lift your hips again. And then swap sides. And stop. So aerobic work tonight. Any questions about the sessions, let me know. Just bear in mind that everything you need to think about now, you're a couple of weeks away from going back to training. Start thinking about any gaps you've found yourself doing the work that you have been, so we can try and address them individually. So the time's going to start ramping up now. The intensity is going to start to really ramp up on these, so you're in as good a physical condition as you possibly can be when you go back to swimming. So try and make the most of it, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching live. Have a great day.